The Tale of New Year, a journey through time and traditions. Why do we celebrate the New Year, and who started it all? Travel back thousands of years to uncover the story of how New Year's celebrations began. This tale explores the history, traditions, and beliefs behind one of the world's most cherished celebrations. Through engaging storytelling and fascinating facts, this story will inspire readers of all ages to reflect on the importance of renewal, gratitude, and hope for the future. Perfect for curious kids and families looking to learn and celebrate together, The Tale of New Year reminds us that every ending is also a new beginning. On a chilly December evening, under a starlit sky, young Zara and her brother, Arjun, huddled around their grandmother in their cozy living room. The soft glow of fairy lights gave the room a magical touch. "Grandma," Zara began, her eyes sparkling.
"Why do we celebrate New Year every year? Who started it? And why do some people celebrate it on different days?"
Grandma chuckled softly, her silver hair catching the light.
"Ah, the New Year. It's like turning the page of a big, magical book. Let me tell you a story as old as time. Long ago, before smartphones, clocks, or even calendars, people measured time by watching the world around them. They noticed how the seasons changed, the cold of winter, the warmth of summer, and the bloom of spring. These cycles guided their lives, helping them decide when to plant crops, gather food, and prepare for the colder months.
But one big question puzzled them. When does the year truly begin?
Thousands of years ago.
Grandma started.
The ancient Babylonians, in what is now Iraq, were among the first to celebrate the New Year, over 4,000 years ago. But guess what? She leaned in with a twinkle in her eye. Their New Year wasn't in January. It was in March, when the crops began to grow. They celebrated with a festival called Akitu.
March?
Arjun wrinkled his nose.
Why not January?
Good question.
Grandma said.
The idea of January first being the start of the year comes from the Romans. For a long time, different civilizations celebrated the New Year based on the moon, the sun, or even the stars. But when the Romans came along, things started to change. The Romans originally celebrated their New Year in March, like the Babylonians. However, in 46 BCE, Julius Caesar, a Roman leader, created a new calendar, the Julian calendar, and declared January 1st as the start of the year. Why January? The month was named after Janus, the Roman god of beginnings and endings. Janus had two faces, one looking back at the past and one looking forward to the future. This made him the perfect symbol for the new year. The Romans celebrated with parties, feasts, and exchanging gifts. They also made promises to Janus, which might be the earliest version of today's New Year resolutions.
"But Grandma,"
Zara asked,
"why do we celebrate the New Year on January 1st, but some people don't?"
Ah, my curious Zara.
Grandma replied.
The world is full of beautiful traditions. Different religions and cultures celebrate their own New Year based on the moon, the sun, or other special cycles. Lunar New Year. In China and other parts of Asia, the Lunar New Year is celebrated in January or February, depending on the moon. It's called the Spring Festival and is marked by dragons, lanterns, and family reunions. Kids love it because they get red envelopes filled with money. Islamic New Year. Muslims follow the lunar calendar too. Their new year, called Hijri, is in a month called Muharram. It marks the journey, or Hijrah, of the Prophet Muhammad from Mecca to Medina. Jewish New Year. In Judaism, the new year is Rosh Hashanah, usually in September or October. It's a time for reflection and blowing a special horn called a shofar. Hindu New Year. Hindus celebrate several New Years. In some parts of India, like Punjab, it's Baisakhi in April, while in Tamil Nadu, it's Puthandu. These are linked to harvest seasons. Buddhist New Year. For many Buddhists, the New Year falls in April, celebrated with water festivals like Songkran in Thailand, symbolizing washing away bad luck. And don't forget,
she added,
there's also Nowruz, the Persian New Year in March, celebrating spring and renewal.
But Grandma,
Arjun interrupted.
if everyone celebrates at different times, why do so many people celebrate January 1st too?
Good question, my little detective.
Grandma replied.
Most of the world uses the Gregorian calendar, introduced by Pope Gregory XIII in 1582. It became the standard for trade and communication, so January 1st became the universal New Year. But that doesn't stop anyone from celebrating their cultural New Year as well. Here's a question for both of you. What does New Year mean to you? Is it just about parties and fireworks?
Zara thought for a moment.
Maybe it's about starting fresh, like a blank notebook.
Exactly. Grandma beamed.
The New Year is a chance to reflect on the past, what went well, what didn't, and to set new goals. It's like planting seeds in a garden for the year ahead.
Arjun piped up.
Is that why people make resolutions, like exercising or being kinder?
Yes, Grandma said.
But resolutions are like promises. You have to work hard to keep them.
When the clock struck midnight, Zara and Arjun clinked glasses of sparkling apple juice with Grandma. To a year of learning, kindness, and adventure, they cheered. Grandma smiled. Remember, my dears, the new year is like a gift. It's up to you how you unwrap it. As the fireworks lit up the sky, Zara and Arjun felt a little wiser, knowing that the new year was not just about the date, but about hopes, dreams, and the beauty of cultures coming together. Thank you for watching and Happy New Year to everyone.